We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Thank you. And God bless America. And thanks to Union Bank for sponsoring the Star Spangled Banner.
Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us here on this Thursday night as the Stompers hosts of Vallejo Admirals. If you're just tuning in, welcome. So we're just moments away from first pitch, and now the starting lineup for the Vallejo Admirals, as announced by manager P.J. Phillips. Leading off will be the designated hitter, Vlad Gomez. Hitting second and playing shortstop, Zach Files. Nick Akins bats third. He's in left field tonight for Vallejo. He'll be followed by the cleanup man in right field, Chevy Clark. Tillman Pugh hits fifth and plays center field, with Jacob Bork at first base and hitting sixth. Bottom third of the order goes Aaron Brill at second base. Nick Krause does the catching for Vallejo. And Joe Torrey bats ninth and plays third base. So that's the starting lineup for P.J. Phillips Vallejo Admirals. V.J. Patel will be on the hill tonight for Zach Pace and the Sonoma Stompers. Patel, the right-hander in his second start of the year, No record so far, but with a 4.50 ERA. So more on Patel after the managers' meeting, with the Stompers at 6-3, Vallejo at 6-4. So these two teams, either the Stompers can stay in second place or Vallejo can hop right over them in the standings with San Rafael, who's in Napa tonight. The Pacific's on the road against the Napa Silverados, and Napa, who has lost 7 games in a row. They started the year 2-0, out to a very hot start. Haven't won since those 2 wins, 2-7. As Zach Pace lets our umpiring crew and PJ Phillips know the unique spots around the ballpark. Stompers itching to take the field on the first base side. Forrest Hunt here with you on a perfect night. Not as scorching hot as we've had the last couple of days. The ball will still fly tonight for the first few innings, but it may not continue to fly throughout the whole ball game like we saw earlier on this week. So as the Stompers take the field, VJ Patel out to the hill with that 4.50 ERA. And his last start, it was in Napa. The Stompers won that game 10-7, but VJ did not get the win in that one. He only went 4 innings. He allowed 5 runs, only 2 of them were earned in those 4 innings. He allowed 5 hits, struck out 3, and walked 2. So that's VJ Patel, the right-hander on the hill tonight. 6'2", 190-pounder from Santa Rosa, California, his second year here. 25-year-old local guy, Santa Rosa, played his high school ball at Maria Carrillo. Started his collegiate career at the Santa Rosa Junior College before moving on to William Jewell College in Liberty, Missouri. Last year went 9-3, set a single-season record in wins with 9. ERA a little above 5 last year. 4.5 to open this year, and he will take the hill tonight against Gomez, Files, Akins, Clark, Pugh, Wark, Brill, Kraus, and Torrey. Vallejo coming in nice and fresh. They had a day off yesterday. Stompers had the marathon win last night, 12-11 over San Rafael in a game in which the Stompers led 12-4 at one point. San Rafael with 7 unanswered, and Jacob Cox got his second save of the year last night and stranded the tying run at second base in what was an eventful game. Stompers hit 5 home runs in last night's game. VJ Patel, the right-hander, as Vlad Gomez digs in, and we're about ready to go. Patel works out of the windup. Off we go. First pitch to Gomez is on the outside corner for strike 1. First pitch, 6:06, 74 degrees here tonight. Patel working quickly. His 0-1 is popped up and out of play. For VJ Patel, you'll see the fastball, cutter, splitter, and a changeup. Here's his 0-2. There's the cut fastball, swung on and missed, and he starts his night with a strikeout. Took Patel a couple of innings to get his first strikeout in his first start. Here he opens the ball game with 1. Here's Zach Files, the shortstop. Defensively behind Patel tonight, it'll be DeAngelis in left, Hartley in center, Williams in right. So Dondre Hubbard gets the night off defensively. He'll be the DH tonight. The first pitch to Files is a cutter on the outside corner for strike 1. Barfield at third, Barrios at short. Gata back in the game at second tonight. Quitzer at first. And Bronson Butcher does the catching. The 0-1 pitch is a check swing. Number up the third baseline. Well foul, and it's 0-2. So VJ Patel working quickly so far. 5 pitches, 5 strikes for him. Here's the 0-2 to Files. Patel has already had a strikeout tonight on the cut fastball. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Zach Files. That's hit in the air. Right behind the pitcher's mound. Patel backpedaling. Barrios calls him off, and Patel retreats. Barrios makes the catch, and quickly 2 away for VJ Patel here in the first. Tough for a pitcher. Anything on the infield, you're taught to call him off. And with Patel backpedaling over the mound, he's lucky he stayed on his feet before being called off by Barrios. So here's Nick Aiken Sr.
The front desk.
Aikens hitting .226 to start the year with 2 home runs and 6 driven in. With the little wind we have tonight blowing out toward right center field. Patel taking his time, and now Aikens wants time. Andrew Rosario calls balls and strikes tonight with Gary Reichelmeyer in the field. Your Pacific Association umpiring crew. The first pitch from Patel is swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1 the count on Nick Aikens. Nobody on, 2 away. We're just underway here in the top of the first inning. It's going to be gorgeous for the first 4 or 5 innings until the sun goes away with a 74-degree first pitch. It'll be a cool one tonight as Aikens swings and misses at the cutter, and it's 0-2. A strikeout ahead of Aikens 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Butcher. Stompers 1-1 against Vallejo this year. Won here at home by a score of 3-1, and then the first game 2-3 for Patel to start the ball game. He K's Gomez and Aikens. We go to the bottom of the first. Nick Gatta, Pedro Barrios, Rob DeAngelis, and the rest of the Stompers lineup when we come back.
With all of our recyclable and compostable concession supply.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first inning. Nick Gatta will lead things off at second base, followed by Pedro Barrios. Then Rob DeAngelis hits third. He plays left. Dondre Hubbard, the DH, hitting cleanup tonight. Chris Quitzer over at first base hitting fifth as Gatta squares around and takes a fastball in the dirt. Miles Williams hits sixth in right field. Brock Hartley in center hitting seventh. Barfield at third base hitting eighth, and Bronson Butcher hitting ninth and doing the catching as Gatta takes a fastball in the outside corner from Carl Bryce for strike one. It's 1-1 on the Stompers leadoff man. There's the pitch from Bryce. That's inside, says Rosario. 2 balls and a strike. Carl Bryce, 6'5", 250 pounds from Jackson, Mississippi. Very tall right-hander, very slender. Here's his 2-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Nick Gatta, who leads the league in average, 433, also leads the league in walks. He's tied in that category. He's drawn 11 so far. Here's the 3-1. That's high. Make it 12. So Nick Gatta now in solo lead for walks in the Pacific Association. He works one to open the ball game. Carl Bryce this year This is his third start. He's 2-0 with a 0.77 ERA. 1 run on 2 hits and 11 2/3 for the tall right-hander. 12 strikeouts, 8 walks. Here's Pedro Barrios. Got at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, no score here at Arnold Field. Here's the first pitch, and Barrios flies it out of play down the right field line. It's Akins, Pugh, and Clark in the outfield. Torrey, Files, Brill, Wark around the infield for Vallejo, with Kraus doing the catching. Bryce out of the windup for the first time tonight, and he misses badly outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike on Pedro Barrios. Nick Gatta over at first base after the leadoff walk. So far this year, he has 3 stolen bases. Decent lead. Spin and a throw back to first, not in time. This Vallejo pitching staff up there with the Stompers as the best in the league. As Bryce set at the belt. Long pause, now the 1-1. Very high. Kraus has to leap out of the crouch. 2-1 the count. Vallejo first in runs and earned runs allowed, hits allowed, walks allowed, and first in ERA coming in. The pitching staff has been good. It's just been the hitting that's mediocre at best so far this year. The 2-1 is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike on Pedro Barrios, the same count that Nick Gatta walked in to open this bottom of the first. With Rob DeAngelis on deck. Barrios, the right-handed hitting shortstop. The 3-1 pitch from Bryce. Hit in the air to center. That sends Pugh back. That's it pretty well. He's on the run. He's still going, and that he won't get there. It's down and off the wall. Nick Gatta around third. He'll be held up. So a double for Pedro Barrios, and the Stompers have him at second and third with nobody out. Gatta, who didn't get the best jump, Pugh in center field, who runs really well, was chasing it down, and Gatta had to make sure that it fell before he really turned on the jets and really never got to full speed. So here's Rob DeAngelis. Second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, and the Stompers looking to strike first. DeAngelis 1 for 4 last night with a 2-run home run. That was his first home run of the year. He's driven in 4. The first pitch to him from Bryce. Very high, ball 1. DeAngelis just 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position this year, but he has driven in 2. Bryce at the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. DeAngelis takes on the outside corner a good fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Gatta at third, Barrios at second after the double. Carl Bryce out of the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Taken in the dirt. Second and third, nobody out. Bottom of the first, no score. Rob DeAngelis at the plate with good speed all over the bases. With Gatta at third and Barrios at second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Right off the screen. 2-2 on DeAngelis. Trying to do anything but go down on strikes in this situation. Even a soft ground ball would do the job with the Vallejo infield playing back. DeAngelis awaits. Bryce set. The 2-2 pitch. Punched in the air to short left field. On comes Akins. He won't get there. That'll fall for a base hit. Gatta will score easily. Barrios held at third. An RBI single for Rob DeAngelis. The Stompers are on the board. It's 1-0. Here's Dondre Hubbard, a 4-hit night last night. The big cleanup man who's the DH tonight, getting his first game off. from playing center field. .359 average for him. He leads the league in home runs with 5. Second in RBIs with 15. He left the yard twice last night. Also had 2 base hits in that ball game. Now Kraus will come out and relay signals to his infielders. Hubbard, who is behind Gata in batting average, but leads the league in hits with 14 through the first 9 games for the Stompers this year. First and third, nobody out. Stompers lead at 1-0. Hubbard takes high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hubbard, another guy who's had some success with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .333 and 13 RBIs, a double, and 3 home runs with runners in scoring position. Here's Bryce's 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses at the breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Carl Bryce in 2018 spent his time in the Atlantic League, where he was for 8 games. He started 5 of those 8 games. At a 6.04 ERA, a sub-1 ERA coming into this game in 2 starts. Here's his 1-1. Hubbard swings through the fastball, a little tardy, and it's 1-2. Hubbard doesn't miss the fastball letter high very often. He'll choke way up on the bat here. Dondre Hubbard, who uses a 35-inch bat, if you can believe that. Chokes up about 2 inches. Here's the 1-2 from Bryce. Outside and in the dirt. Hubbard, who has 5 of the Stompers' 17 home runs. They lead the league in the home run category through the first week plus of the season. Only June 13th. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Bryce. Hubbard fouls it straight back. Chris Quitzer's on deck. Barrios is at third. DeAngelis at first after the RBI single. That was the 5th RBI of the season for DeAngelis. They have met the corners with nobody out and a 1-0 Stomper lead. Here's the 2-2 again. Hubbard fights it off. Fouls it out of play off the right side. Got to let everything off with a walk. And Barrios, the deep double to center field over everybody. And the DeAngelis flare to left. Hubbard digs back in. Bryce, the 6'5" right-hander, on 2-2. There goes DeAngelis. The pitch is in the dirt. Pump throw down to second. Kraus holds onto it. So DeAngelis has a stolen base. The count is full on Dondre Hubbard. So for Rob DeAngelis, his 2nd stolen base of the year. Stompers have him at second and third, nobody out, and a base open if they want to pitch around Dondre Hubbard on this 3-2 count with Chris Quitzer on deck. Quitzer, who's hitting below 200, and Hubbard, who leads the league in home runs. Here's the payoff to Hubbard from Bryce. High and tight, ball 4.
Now batting tonight's True Gent home run hero, Chris Quitzer.
Here's Chris Quitzer.
If Chris hits a home
Bases loaded.
run, then
Still nobody out.
a free haircut from True Gent Barbershop.
Quitzer 1 for,
Sonoma.
184 batting average. 2 home runs. He's driven in 6. Quitzer, who spent a lot of time in the 3-hole to start the year. He's had 18 at-bats with runners in scoring position. Only 3 hits for him. 3 RBIs with runners in scoring position. But he has an opportunity here. Everything except a strikeout virtually would get another run in. And after last night's ball game, we've learned that even a dozen is just enough sometimes as Quitzer takes high. Stompers led 12-4 last night and won 12-11. So every run you can come by, we were saying, well, that's a good insurance run. That's a good insurance run. Here's the 1-0 to Quitzer. In the air to center, right at Pugh. Doesn't even have to move. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third, Barrios. Throw comes into second base. Chris Quitzer has a sacrifice fly. Stompers lead 2-0. 7th RBI of the year for Quitzer. That brings up Miles Williams. DeAngelis stayed at second base. Hubbard still over at first, so it's 2-0 for Miles Williams, who's had a lot of success this year with runners in scoring position. .333 for him. And an early opportunity to score more runs here for the Stompers. First pitch to Williams is outside for ball 1. Williams, 273, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Pugh plays him to go the other way toward the right center gap. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Bryce. Cued into the parking lot off to the right, and it's 1-1. Williams a little bit out in front. Ball and a strike on Williams, who's back in right field tonight. Bryce looks to second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Williams takes in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. A couple of pitches that Miles Williams has had a problem laying off the first 9 games of the year. Leads the team in strikeouts, but still very productive at the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off the outside corner, 3-1 the count. DeAngelis at second, Hubbard at first. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Williams. He takes ball 4. It gets by Krause and goes to the backstop, but everybody just jogs one base. So now the bases are loaded for Brock Hartley.
Now batting center fielder Brock
Hartley, who hit a grand slam 2 nights ago, part of a 7 RBI night for him in which he tied the Pacific Association record. Hartley, 3rd in the league in RBIs with 13 after that big night for him. Nowhere to put Hartley, just 1 out. Here's the first pitch. He takes very high. Hartley's going to have to narrow his sights something over the middle of the plate. He has no problem chasing in a big spot like this with runners in scoring position just to try to get somebody across the 1-0. Big swing on a fastball, and he misses. It's 1-1. Hartley making his first start in center field tonight. First start of the year, that is, in center field. Split time between DH and right. Here's the 1-1 from Bryce. Hartley fouls it right into the glove of Krause. Hartley having to shorten up here. Down 1-2. Stompers in their all whites tonight. Only the second time they've worn the all whites this year. The brand new whites with the Epicenter sponsor on the sleeve. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hartley. Chases a fastball up and away for strike 3. 2 away for Jacob Barfield.
third baseman Jacob Barfield.
Barfield 161. 4 home runs and 10 RBIs, so not the average that Barfield wants to see, but the offensive production is there. Second on the team in home runs. 4th in RBIs. 5 for his first 31, but 4 of those 5 hits have been home runs. Hit one last night halfway up the light standard in left center. First pitch from Bryce. Up above the letters for ball 1. DeAngelis at third, Hubbard at second, Williams at first with 2 away. 2-0 Stompers lead in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-0. Big swing from Barfield. Comes up empty. It's 1-1. Barfield hit a 3-run home run last night. Stompers hit 5 home runs in that ball game. Most in a game this year, by far. Here's the 1-1 to Barfield. He takes in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Bryce tried to get him to chase on a breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike on Barfield, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Bryce on 2-1 the pitch. Hit in the air to left, not very deep. Out goes Torrey, in comes Akins, and Files will call for it, and Files will make the catch in shallow left. So that ends the inning. Stompers score twice on an RBI single from Rob DeAngelis and a sacrifice fly off the bat of Chris Quitzer. It's 2-0 Stompers after 1. Middle third of the order due up for Vallejo when we return right here on KSVY and on mixlr.com/Sonoma Stompers.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning. Stompers already lead it 2-0 on an RBI single by DeAngelis and the sacrifice fly off the bat of Chris Quitzer. So it's VJ Patel who only needed 12 pitches in the first inning to strike out Gomez, strike out Akins, and get Files to pop up. His first pitch to Chevy Clark misses inside for ball one. Clark, the cleanup man, 321. 2 home runs, 4 driven in. Here's the pitch from Patel. Inside on Clark. Patel working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Held straight back. It may have gotten stuck. Two balls and a strike on Chevy Clark. Here's a pitch from Patel. Cutter ripped into left center field. That's down for a base hit, maybe extra bases. DeAngelis will play it off the wall. Clark taking for 2. The throw in from left center field is in time, but called safe. It looked like Gata had the glove in between the foot and the bag of Chevy Clark, and now Zach Pace will come out. Oh, it looked like Gata had the glove right on the bag, and Clark slid right into the glove. And that's what Gata is saying to Gary Reichelmeyer, our field umpire. And that's what Zach Pace will be arguing about. The throw was on time on one hop to second base, and Gata put the tag down. The glove was down before Clark got there. It looked like he slid right into the glove of Nick Gata. So they'll leave it as is. It's a leadoff double for Chevy Clark, and that brings up Tillman Pugh.
Center fielder Tillman Pugh.
Pugh, 147 so far. And Pugh's a guy who he's been around. Played in the Yankee system, the White Sox system. Drafted twice and only hit 147 through the first 10 games as he squares around, drops it down, left side, Patel to field, bare hand, throw to first, in time. Goes down as a sacrifice bunt. That moves Clark over to third. And here's the first baseman, Jacob Wark.
Whipper is coming up to the plate. This is first baseman Jacob Wark.
Wark hitting 160 with a home run and 6 RBIs. He will try to get Vallejo on the board here in the second. It's the Stompers 2 and the Admirals nothing. Clark at third, 1 out. Jacob Wark, the big first baseman, 6'4". Patel out of the stretch. First pitch to Wark. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Bronson Butcher. 1 ball and no strikes on Wark. Infield will play back with the Stompers leading it 2-0. Patel set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner of the fastball, and the count even at 1-1. VJ Patel, who struggled with the long innings his first start of the year. Here's his 1-1. That's a good changeup. Swung on and missed. May have been the splitter. 1-2 the count on Wark. Patel was knocked out of his first start through 70 pitches in 4 innings. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Wark. Swung on and missed. Good changeup down in the zone for the second out of the inning and the third strikeout for VJ Patel. 2 away.
Thanks to Jacob Wark, all wine is now $1 off for the remainder of the second inning.
So here's Aaron Brill, guy who's been around the league. He's played here in Vallejo. This is his second stint with the Admirals. He's played in San Rafael, Pittsburgh, almost everybody in the league. The Florida native. Here's the first pitch to him from VJ Patel. That's in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Brill hitting 286. Just 1 RBI for him on the year. Clark 90 feet away from cutting into this 2-run deficit for Vallejo. Patel out of the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. stays high above the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. These teams 1-1 against one another. Stompers win came at home, and the Vallejo win came at home. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Brill from Patel. That's a cut fastball, inches off the outside black, says Andrew Rosario, and the count goes to 3-0. Catcher Nick Krause stands in the on-deck circle. Off to our left. Vallejo on the third base side. Shadows creeping on the infield grass, making it tough for Aaron Brill to see the pitch at the plate. Here's the 3-0. On the inside corner, says Rosario. A late strike call. Aaron Brill was already a few steps out of the batter's box heading down to first. As he comes back and says, is that as far in as you'll go? And Rosario shakes his head in agreement with Brill. So the count is 3-1 with the runner at third and 2 out. Patel, who got a big strikeout on Wark just the previous batter. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that is ball 4. Looked like the same spot. Vijay Patel went back to that inside corner and hit the glove of Bronson Butcher. He didn't move the mitt at all. But a little bit inside, says Rosario. So first walk issued by Vijay Patel. Runners at the corners with 2 out for Nick Krause. Still 2-0 Stompers, top of the second. Patel set at the chest. Here's the first pitch to Krause. That's a breaking ball in for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Krause, a 167 hitter in the first 10 games for Vallejo. 0-1 the count. Patel set at the chest. Long pause. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, and Patel is way ahead, 0-2. Trying to get out of this inning, stranding the leadoff double. That's Chevy Clark. He's over at third base. Pugh laid down a sac bunt to move him over. Then Wark struck out. The Brill walk. First and third, 2 out. Here's Patel's 0-2 pitch. On the ground, back up the middle and through for a base hit. Patel, who reached the bare hand out, tried to field it. Didn't get a piece, so it's an RBI single for Krause. Vallejo's on the board, and it's 2-1, and that's just a natural instinct as a pitcher. But Patel, as you saw on your screen if you're watching at home, pulled that bare hand about as quick as he stuck it out. And that's just the natural reaction to try and knock the ball down, but when it's coming off the bat at 85, 90 plus, it's really not the best idea if you're a pitcher. We're all guilty. I'm guilty. If you ever pitched, you stick that bare hand out, and then you realize that could have been very bad. So here's Joe Torrey, the 9-hole hitter. First and second, 2 out. Brill with a huge lead at second base. Here's the first pitch from Patel. Torrey was backing out of the batter's box as the cut fastball came across outside for ball 1. Looked like Torrey had tried to call time, started to back out, and was not granted. Brill at second, Krause at first after the RBI single. Stompers still lead it 2-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Cut fastball in for strike 1. DeAngelis, Hartley, Williams around the outfield all straight away. They're back around the infield. Brill at second. Krause at first. Spin of the throw back to second. Not in time. Throw was high from Patel. Gata was there in time. The throw beat Brill, but the throw was very high. And to the second base side of the bag with Brill diving back. Was able to get the hand in there in time. Now, if Patel throws that knee height to Gata on the bag, Brill is toast. Patel looks to second. Here's his 1-1 pitch. That's called a strike. Throw back to first behind Krause. Skips in. Quitzer picks it out of the dirt, and the throw is late. So the count is 1-2 strikes on Joe Torrey. Butcher's a guy who we've seen throughout the first 10 games. He'll throw behind runners, and him and Quitzer so far this year have been on the same page every single time. Torrey wants some extra time as he just now digs back in. 1-2 the count on the Vallejo third baseman. Patel set at the chest. Looks to second. Brill, who has a healthy lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 3. Got him with the splitter. 4 strikeouts for Vijay Patel. First time through the order against the Admirals. All 4 swinging. It's the Stompers 2, the Admirals 1. We go to the home half of the second. Butcher, Gata, Barrios, 9-1-2 hitters. When we come back.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Now batting catcher Bronson Butcher.
Bronson Butcher will lead things off for the Stompers here in the bottom of the second. Admirals got a run in the top half. Last night's game was a game of answering. Both San Rafael and the Stompers did that nicely. Now the Stompers trying to answer here in the bottom of the second as Bryce delivers it first pitch strike to Bronson Butcher, and the count is 0-1. Butcher hitting .269. He's driven in 1 run. That came here in this homestand. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Butcher fouls it down the right field line and out of play. Butcher, who had last night off, Danny Molinari did the catching. He went deep last night, part of the 5 home runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Butcher. That's hit in the air to center field. Pugh, moving to his right toward left center, makes the catch. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Here's Nick Gata. Walked and scored just 1 inning ago. Stompers lead at 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. Glad you're with us here on KSVY and on StompersBaseball.com and our Stomper YouTube page. Gata digs in. First pitch to him from Carl Bryce. High and away with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Stompers had ample opportunities in the first. Had bases loaded and nobody out. Were able to score twice as Gata takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. But could have scored a couple of more. Here's the 2-0. Gata takes a strike at the knees. Could have scored a couple of more. That's not correct. 2 balls and a strike on Gata. Here's the pitch from Bryce. That skips in the dirt. Bryce, who came in allowing just 1 run in 11 2/3. And so far, through an inning and a third, he's allowed 2 runs. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Nick Gata. That's off the outside corner, but called a strike. And the count is full. Gata, who was already on the way down to first. So both sides a little premature tonight, out of the box on potential ball 4s. Here's the payoff pitch. That's in the dirt. And a loud ball four from Andrew Rosario that time. Gata, who has walked twice tonight, he's on first with one out. Pedro Barrios will come up. Barrios doubled over the head of Pugh, who now will take a couple of extra steps back, and Barrios smoked that ball to right center field, excuse me. A little more towards center, but he probably hit it 380 feet to right center. And most ballparks, it may get out as Barrios offers at the first pitch and fouls it straight back to the screen. Barrios 231 coming in. He had been on base half the time. Had the 500 on base percentage. Both the average and the on base percentage going up after the double in the first. Here's the 0-1 from Bryce. That's on the ground, up the middle. Files dives, flips to second for one. Brill's throw to first in time. What a double play. Files started it with a diving stomp up the middle, flipped it to Brill, who off his back foot threw to first, and a nice one-hop pick out of the dirt by Jacob Wark, and just a beautiful 6-4-3 double play. So we're through 2 full innings. 2-1 Stompers lead. We go to the third. Top of the order due up for Vallejo.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Two-one Stompers lead. Top of the third inning. Top of the lineup for Vallejo. Vlad Gomez, Zach Files, and Nick Akins. VJ a 1-2-3 first, then allowed the run in the second. And now faces the Admiral lineup second time through. His first pitch is high and tight on Vlad Gomez, who has to pull the bat back and the arms well out of the way. 1-0 the count on Gomez, right-handed hitter, the DH leading off. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it off at the plate. Took one hop and hit right off our area mic. He probably caught a little of the reverberation from the foul ball from Gomez. It's 1-1 strike. Here in the top of the third, the pitch from Patel. Line down the left field line, foul. That was smoked off the bat of Gomez. Just along strike number 2. Gomez Files Akins here in the third against Patel. His 1-2 pitch. Spiked it in the dirt, threw it 56 feet. Butcher blocked it nicely, though there's nobody on base. The ball will dart in and out of the shadows, out of the hand of Patel. We'll have that until about the 5th or 6th inning tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chopped on the ground softly, left side. Barfield charges, throw to first in time. Jacob Barfield making it look easy over at third base on the in-between hop. Fielding on the run, throwing on the run. One out. Here's Zach Files. Files popped up to Barrios at shortstop. Behind the mound his first time up. Patel backpedaled back over the mound and was thinking about making a play on it before Barrios called him off. Here's the first pitch to Files. Checks his swing and fouls it over the head of Akins in the on-deck circle. Now Akins looking around, wondering where he needs to go to take cover, and now Akins is going to go back into the dugout. That's his second time in as many at-bats that Files has had a check swing that was shot toward the third base dugout, and Akins says, heck with that, man. I'm sitting in the dugout till my at-bat. Here's the 0-1. Files out in front of a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. I don't blame Akins at all. He's a big power threat in this lineup, and you don't want to get taken out by something as dumb as a foul ball off your teammate's bat as Patel misses high and away with a fastball. It's got to be one of the worst ways. Hey, how'd you get hurt? Well, Zach Files hit a rocket off my ear hole in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Files pops it up left side, out of play.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Files, who didn't fare well his first time here, struck out 4 times his first visit to Arnold Field this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him from Patel. Down on strikes. Good split from VJ Patel. He has 5 strikeouts. 2 gone here in the third. The ceremonial X-Files theme song for Zach Files. So Akins has emerged from the dugout, and he will hit with nobody on and 2 out. Top of the third, Stompers lead 2-1. VJ Patel shakes Butcher off once. Here's his first pitch to Akins. High and tight with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Here we go, VJ.
Patel works out of the windup. Here's his 1-2 delivery to Akins. On the outside corner with a cut fastball, and the count evens at 1-1. Patel, 1-1. Swung on and missed. Cut fastball. Akins chased in the dirt. One ball and 2 strikes on Nick Akins. Does Patel have another 1-2-3 inning? The pitch swung on and missed, and Butcher applies the tag. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Patel. He has 6, and another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the last of the third. Due up 3, 4, 5 spots for the Stompers when we come back.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Bottom of the third inning. The Stompers lead it 2-1. Rob DeAngelis will lead things off, followed by Dondre Hubbard and Chris Quitzer against Carl Bryce, the 6'5" right-hander. Kicks out of the windup. His first pitch to DeAngelis is poured in for strike 1. DeAngelis, who had an RBI single his first time up, cracked the scoring in tonight's game. Stompers then added one more. That was back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Bryce. Changeup misses. Outside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. DeAngelis batting from the left side. Here's the 1-1 from Bryce. He takes high. Bryce, who came in with an ERA below 1, for an Admirals pitching staff who leads the league in many pitching categories, find themselves trailing the Stompers 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Out straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rob DeAngelis. Rob with his RBI single in the first inning has now hit safely in 7 straight games. The 2-2 pitch is taken down in the dirt. Count is full with Dondre Hubbard on deck. 4 walks for Bryce already in the ballgame through the first 2 innings. Here's the right-hander's payoff pitch to DeAngelis. That's outside and on the corner, called strike 3.
To the press box.
DeAngelis shakes his head. He can't believe it. Looked like it may have grazed the outside black, so DeAngelis called out on strikes to open the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Hubbard. Walked his first time. Leads the league in home runs. Hits second in runs batted in. He hits with nobody on and 1 out in the 3rd. Stompers lead it 2-1. The pitch from Bryce. Outside. Only 4 first pitch strikes for Bryce through the first 12 hitters. Here's the 1-0. Got the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dondre Hubbard. 4-hit night for him last night. He was only retired once. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Out straight back. A ball and 2 strikes on Hubbard, who has to readjust the batting gloves, and he came away from home plate looking at the bat and maybe his right glove, maybe not enough pine tar. Top hand came off the bat. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Carl Bryce. He's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryce to open the inning.
Now batting today's True Gent Barbershop home run.
Here's Chris Quitzer, who had a sacrifice fly his first time to drive in the 2nd run.
Gibbard gets a free haircut from True Gent's Barbershop.
Quitzer, 7 RBIs this year, 2 home runs to go with it. Here's the first pitch to him from Bryce. He takes a fastball above the letters for ball 1. Bryce has not thrown a lot of first pitch strikes. He's been working behind the Stomper hitters through the first 3 innings so far frequently. Here's his 1-0. High and away. The velocity's there for Bryce, but struggling to find the strike zone. 4 walks already, 3 strikeouts. Here's his 2-0 to Quitzer. That's hit in the air center field. Hit softly. That'll fall in front of Tillman Pugh out in center. Chris Quitzer has a single. That extends the inning for Miles Williams.
Now batting, right fielder Miles Westside.
Miles walked his first time up. As we take a look around the league, the Pacifics are hosting the Silverados. That game is in the top of the 2nd inning with no score. First pitch to Miles Williams is a curveball in for strike 1. Haven't seen the curveball all that often from Bryce tonight, but he hasn't been ahead of enough hitters to really work it into his repertoire tonight. This time he gets a first pitch strike on it. Here's the 0-1. Miles Williams rips it into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back 2-out singles for the Stompers, and that brings up Brock Hartley.
Center fielder Brock Hartley.
Hartley down on strikes his first time. He was the first casualty for Bryce tonight. Quitzer at second, Williams at first, 2 gone. Stompers trying to bring in a run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Brock Hartley. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Hartley, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Third in the Pacific Association in runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Fouls it straight back. He was a little out in front of the fastball from Carl Bryson. It's 0-2. Hartley in a hole here. Stompers lead by only 1. And a much-needed insurance run standing out at second base in the form of Chris Quitzer. He can fly. Back-to-back 2-out singles after 2 strikeouts opened the inning. Here's the 0-2 to Hartley. Hits in the air. Foul territory, right side. First baseman Wark over near the sideball, and he'll watch it sail out of play. Oh, 2 on Brock Hartley. First and second, 2 out. Right-handed Brock Hartley against Bryce. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hartley takes a breaking ball in the dirt, and that's a good take by Brock Hartley, a pitch that we see him offer at quite often. And even with 2 strikes, a tougher take. Made it look easy that time. The count is 1-2. Bryce set at the belt. His 1-2 delivery. Went back to the breaking ball. Hartley down on strikes. Carl Bryce strikes out the side here in the third. It's the Stompers 2, the Admirals 1, as we go to the fourth. Middle third of the lineup coming up for Vallejo when we return right here on KSVY and on MIXLR.com/Sonoma Stompers.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Chevy Clark will lead things off for Vallejo with the Stompers leading it 2-1. VJ Patel, 47 pitches so far through the first 3 innings, and the pitch count for starters is something that we've been paying close attention to here in the first 9 games of the year. Finally in double digits tonight. This is the 10th game for the Stompers. His first pitch, VJ's that is a breaking ball that stays inside on Clark, and the count is 1-0. Clark had the first hit of the game for Vallejo, a double to open the second. Here he takes a cut fastball in the inside corner from Patel, and the count is 1-1. So we thank all of you that are listening and watching here tonight, even with the Warriors at home, we know. As the 1-1 pitch is a changeup on the outside corner for strike 2. Everybody has so many devices nowadays, though, that you're probably watching both at the same time. I'd be lying if I said we weren't. Here's the 1-2. Cold strike 3 on the inside corner. 7th strikeout for VJ Patel, 1 out in the 4th. First strikeout for Patel tonight by the looking variety. 1 away, here's Tillman Pugh. Pugh, who laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time. Out of the windup goes Patel, his first pitch. Pugh swinging at the fastball, letter high. Comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Straight away in the outfield, very deep around the infield. Here's the 0-1 from Patel. A cut fastball below the knees. Good spot for VJ Patel to miss. 1-1 the count. Butcher right where you wanted it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped into the air, right center field. Carrying now toward right center as Williams reaches up, and he'll make the catch. Tillman Pugh, who got it off toward the handle of the bat, just muscled it in the air to right center. Looked initially like it would have to be between Gata and Williams, but it just kept carrying for Miles Williams. So quickly 2 away, and here's Jacob Wark, who went down on strikes his first time. Wark hitting below 160. First pitch from Patel. Swung on and missed. Good split finger. Patel on 0-1 to Wark. He takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on the big Vallejo first baseman. He, a 2-star athlete in college at Oregon State. Wark played tight end. A football player. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Fouled right into the glove of Bronson Butcher, and it's 1-2. Does Patel have another 1-2-3 inning in him? Here's the right-hander on 1 and 2. It is an emergency swing, fouled straight back, and Wark waited until the last possible second to pull the trigger. Was lucky enough to get a piece to stay alive. 1-2 the count. We'll do it again. Patel kicks and deals. That's in the dirt. He skipped the fastball in. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Wark. Williams very deep and right for the left-handed Wark with the wide open stance. Here's the 2-2 pitch from VJ Patel. Way outside, and I mean it missed everything. Count is full on Jacob Wark, and Aaron Brill is on deck. VJ Patel out of the windup. Here's his payoff pitch to Jacob Wark. Hit in the air to right. Right at Miles Williams. He'll make the catch. Patel has another 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 straight. We go to the home half of the 4th. 8-9 one-hitters do it for Sonoma when we come back right here on KSVY and StompersBaseball.com.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Jacob Barfield.
Jacob Barfield will lead things off for the Stompers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stompers lead 2-1. It's Barfield, Butcher, Gata against Carl Bryce here in the 4th inning. The first pitch from the tall right-hander to Barfield cuts across the strike zone, catches the outside corner. For strike one, that was pitch number 70 out of Bryce here to open the fourth. Stompers got to him for 38 pitches in the first inning. Here's his 0-1. Very high to Barfield, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I've just been informed, this just in, the Jacob Barfield fan club is here.
1-1 the count on Barfield. Stompers who worked 3 walks in that 38 pitch first inning out of Bryce. Here's the 1-1. Barfield has to leap out of the way. Fastball way inside. Trying not to get drilled. The count is 2-1. Bryce, the 2-1 pitch. Barfield takes a big hack and fouls it straight back. That big follow through for Jacob Barfield is back almost to the pitcher when he's done with a big swing like that. He did it last night on a 3-run blast to left. Have to shorten up here 2-2 against Bryce. He kicks the pitch. On the ground, left side, diving is Torrey, and it's into left field for a base hit. Barfield with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth brings up Bronson Butcher.
Admission drive.
Butcher 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to Pugh in center his first time up. Now Butcher will step out. He'll want to listen to his walk-up song a couple of more seconds. Now the catcher digs in, wide open stance, right side. Barfield with a short lead at first. First pitch from Bryce. Off the outside corner for ball 1. We're now twice through the lineup with Butcher at the plate and only 6 first pitch strikes. There goes Barfield. The pitch is swung on a miss. Third on to second base. Not in time, says Reichelmeyer. Barfield, who slid to the outside part of the bag. Brill did a nifty job picking the short hop and trying to put the tag on Barfield, no look style. But not in time, as Jacob Barfield has his first stolen base of the season. Butcher swung at the pitch and came up empty, so the count is 1-1. Runner at second, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Bryce. Outside for ball 2. Butcher with 1 RBI this year. Came 2 nights ago. He got the night off last night. Right side of the infield open for him. The 2-1 is fouled straight back to the screen. Two balls and 2 strikes on Butcher. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning with the Stompers on top. 2-1 over the Admirals out of Vallejo. Both runs for the Stompers came back in the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Butcher hits it in the air, right side, foul territory. Over toward the sidewall goes Wark. He calls for it, and he makes the catch. So Butcher pops out in foul territory for the first out of the inning, and here's Nick Gatta.
Now batting number 4, Nick
Gatta has come up twice, walked both times, and that on-base percentage continues to rise. Where Nick Gatta came in at .585, up near .600 now. First pitch to him from Carl Bryce. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner. Gatta has driven in 7 with runners in scoring position this year and just 6 at-bats. All 7 of his RBIs with runners in scoring position. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed. Nothing into the count on Nick Gatta, the Stomper second baseman. Leading the league in batting average. He's a league leader in walks with 13. 0-2 the count with Bryce set at the belt. He looks back to Barfield at second. The 0-2 pitch. Off the outside corner for ball 1. They're deep all the way around the outfield except for Akins in left. Here's the 1-2 to Gata. On the ground, softly left side, and foul. Catches a piece of Zach Pace in the third base coach's box. Not much of a breeze tonight. It was 74 degrees at game time, and we stayed right there. A couple of ticks over 70. Beautiful night. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gata. That's high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gata, who's one of the more pesky hitters you'll find in the league. He'll work you 8, 9, 10 pitches and then work a base hit. Here's the 2-2. He fouls it off. Gata very good at getting the bat to anything close to the strike zone, just getting a piece and staying alive as he did there. Still 2-2. Bryce to Gata. Off the outside corner with a changeup, and the count is full. Barrios on deck. Barfield at second. 1 out. The payoff pitch. High and away. And Gata has walked 3 times tonight. Here's Pedro Barrios. He grounded into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play his last time up, but he's also doubled and scored tonight. First and second, 1 out for Barrios. Right-handed hitting shortstop against the tall right-hander Carl Bryce. First pitch in the dirt, backhanded nicely by Nick Krause behind the plate. 1 ball and no strikes on Pedro Barrios. Still only 1 out. Barfield singled, then stole second. Butcher popped up in foul territory to Wark at first. And then Gata walked. 1-0. Barrios takes high and tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Bryce, who has walked 5 already tonight. The strikeout numbers were high, but so were the walk numbers coming in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Barrios in the air to right. That sends Clark back. He's on the run. He's at the track, and that is gone. Pedro Barrios, his first home run of the year, a 3-run shot to straightaway right, and the Stompers lead it 5-1. First home run of the year for Barrios, a 3-run shot. His first RBIs of the season as well, as that home run is brought to you by Epicenter. Make your next family event an epic one. At Epicenter, here's Rob DeAngelis with the bases empty and just 1 out, 3 runs in on the Barrios 3-run home run the opposite way. Bryce back out of the windup. His first pitch to Rob is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. So we're wondering, the league leaders in home runs coming in, how long it would take for them to hit one out of the yard. The 0-1 pitch, punched in the air, short center, out goes Files, on comes Pugh, and it'll fall in between the two. DeAngelis with his second hit of the night. The home runs have come from everybody this year. Barrios hits his first. He's the 8th Stomper to leave the ballpark. We're only in the 10th game of the year. Here's Dondre Hubbard with a runner at first and 1 out. He's walked and struck out. Hubbard, the big power threat. Bryce back out of the stretch. His first pitch hit in the air. To Brill at second. He calls for it, and he'll make the catch. So Hubbard pops up for the second out of the inning.
Now batting today's True Jet home run hero,
Here's Chris Quitzer. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Hit a sac fly his first time up to bring in the second run of the first inning. And the Stompers with some Much needed insurance runs here in the inning and trying to add on. They lead at 5-1. First pitch to Quitzer's in the dirt, backhanded by Kraus. DeAngelo stays at first. 1 ball and no strikes on Chris Quitzer. Quitzer, left-handed hitter. DeAngelo's at first, the 1-0 pitch. On the ground, up the middle for a base hit, and it nearly evaded Gary Reichelmeyer, our field umpire.
Nice job, Gary.
He was lucky to get out of the way. A heat-seeking missile off the bat of Chris Quitzer heading right at Reichelmeyer, and now Quitzer points at him, and Reichelmeyer just shakes his head. Come on, man, you got to hit it right at me. Here's Miles Williams with first and second, 2 out. Trying to add on. Here's the first pitch. He takes down below the knees for ball 1. Williams tonight singled and walked. Bryce set. He looks to DeAngelo's at second. The 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball taken in the dirt. Throw behind Quitzer at first, and a nice athletic play by Wark coming off the bag to keep the ball from going into right field. Kraus tried it, and it almost didn't pan out. 2-0 the count to Miles Williams. First and second, 2 out here in the 4th. Stompers lead 5-1. The 2-0 pitch. Cued straight back. Williams out in front of the fastball. He's been out in front of the fastball quite often this year, which means when pitchers go to their breaking stuff, he's even more out in front. And he does lead the team in strikeouts. It's been an issue. Here's the 2-1. High and tight. Miles bends the back to get out of the way, and it's 3-1. We've seen Miles sit back on a fastball once this year and really drive it, and he hit it out to straightaway right in Napa. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's hit very high into center. Out goes Brill. Out goes Files, who calls for it. Still dancing, and he makes the catch in shallow right center field. Stompers add 3 runs on the 3-run home run to straightaway right field by Pedro Barrios. We're through 4. It's the Stompers 5, Vallejo 1. We go to the top half of the 5th. Bottom third of the lineup for Vallejo when we come back.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Than a Sonoma Stomper Challenge, brought to you by Sonoma Fit, official health club of the Sonoma Stompers. We asked the kids how they run so fast. Are you going to be surprised at their answer? I know, me too. Speaking of good health, the Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our #1 priority. Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way. Thanks to Dr. Lawrence
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the top of the 5th inning with the Stompers leading at 5-1. The 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th, courtesy of the Pedro Barrios 3-run shot to right center. It'll be Aaron Brill, Nick Krause, and Joe Torrey here in the 5th against Vijay Patel, who has collected 7 strikeouts so far to just 1 walk, the right-hander. Pitching very well tonight. Here's his first pitch to Aaron Brill. That's a cut fastball, belt high, right down the middle for strike 1. They're straight away in the outfield. Still some speckled sunshine on the infield. Here's the 0-1. Brill fouls it out of play off to the right. Pitch count's looking good for Vijay and the Stompers, who still a little light as far as arms in the bullpen go, but Zach Pace needing a lengthy start from his right-hander tonight. With the ball game tomorrow, right back here at Arnold Field, the last of our 4-game homestand this week. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. Tomorrow we'll have our Majors division for Sonoma Little League and in JDRF night tomorrow night. So come out to the ballpark and for our last game of the homestand, 6:05 first pitch. JDRF and Patel delivers in the dirt for ball 1. JDRF, a nonprofit, funding research for type 1 diabetes. So that's tomorrow night. Make sure you come out and support JDRF night and the final Little League night here at Arnold Field tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch on the ground to short. Barrios fields the tricky hop, throws to first in time. One away, here's Nick Krause. An RBI single his first time. Well, we're almost twice through the lineup tonight, and everybody's hit in order for Vallejo, so we're happy about that. As Krause digs in from the right side. First pitch to him from Patel. Across the letters for strike 1 with a fastball. A little bit of a breeze blowing through the booth as the wind blows in over the right center wall just a tad. Dare I say it may get chilly tonight. Here's the 0-1. Outside with a slider, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike on Krause. Patel working efficiently, the 1-1 pitch. High and tight. Krause has to get out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 5th. The 2-1 pitch from Patel. Down below the knees in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike on Nick Krause. Just a third 3-ball count from Vijay Patel tonight. Here's his pitch. Hit it in the air down the right field line, foul territory, long run quitter. He's over, and it is out of play. So now with the count 3-2, just a second full count for Vijay tonight. Three balls and 2 strikes on Krause after Brill grounded to Barrios at short to open the inning. Here's the pitch from Patel. Hit it in the air toward right field. That sends Williams back. He backpedals, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall. 2 gone. Here's Joe Torrey. No, not that Joe Torrey.
Third baseman Joe Torrey.
Close. Nobody on, 2 out. Torrey digs in. Base is empty. First pitch to him from Vijay Patel. On the inside half for strike 1. Good fastball from Patel. But is he settled down? From the first pitch of the game, Patel's been in a groove. Here's his 0-1. Slider chopped foul up the third base line. Patel second time through the lineup, has an opportunity to get the Admirals in order. Does he have a fourth? 1-2-3 inning tonight. He shakes once. Here's the 0-2 pitch up near the head of Torrey. Gets out of the way. It's 1-2. May have been a setup pitch for Patel, who may go away with the slider. Good time to do it. Here's his 1-2. Breaking ball stays up and away. Looked like the slider from Patel, but it slipped, stayed high. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Joe Torre. He can throw it again if he wants. Shakes Butcher once, now twice, and Torre calls time. So Patel and Butcher trying to get on the same page in a 2-2 count with nobody on and 2 out. BJ Patel shakes with Butcher now twice again and a third time. Now he kicks. Here's his 2-2 pitch in the dirt. I'm sure that wasn't the sign that they agreed on. Back-to-back full counts for VJ Patel. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Joe Torre, leadoff man. Vlad Gomez on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit in the air to center. Hartley over. That'll hang up for him. He'll make the catch. VJ Patel has retired 10 in a row. We're halfway home. Stompers lead at 5-1. 7, 8, 9 spots due up when we return.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Brock Hartley will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th against new pitcher Cage Cascone. Carl Bryce goes 4 innings, throws 100 pitches, allows 5 runs, all of them earned on 8 hits. He walked 5 and struck out 4, and so for Cascone, this will be the 4th game in which he's appeared with a 6.35 ERA, and Hartley hits the first pitch in the air to left, but off the end of the bat. Akins is there. He catches it belt high. 1 pitch, 1 out for Cascone. He's now thrown 6 complete, including that out. 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for Cascone. Here's Jacob Barfield, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Digs in right side. VJ Patel, who's throwing a gem tonight. Here's the first pitch on the outside corner to Barfield. Patel has retired 10 in a row. Last man to reach was Nick Krause's RBI single in the second. That's the lone Vallejo run as Barfield takes off the outside corner for ball 1. Since then, nothing for Vallejo. No base runners. Squat. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in for a strike 2. Cascone, 5'10", 180-pound right-hander. Second year, and his second year in Vallejo. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Barfield. Hanging curveball stays high. And it's 2-2. Butcher's on deck. Nobody up in either bullpen. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Barfield. Swings and misses. A big swing on a fastball above the letters, and he's down on strikes. Here's Bronson Butcher. He's 0 for 2. Fly to center, pop to first. In the bottom of the 5th with the Stompers on top, 5-1. First pitch to Bronson Butcher as well outside for ball 1. In San Rafael, the Silverados lead the Pacifics 1-0 that game in the top of the 4th inning. That's a big game. With Napa, who has lost 7 straight. Here's the 1-0 to Butcher. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Files under it. Hung up there forever as he makes the catch. So we'll continue that thought on Napa and San Rafael and the league standings when we come back in the 6th. Top of the lineup coming up for Vallejo right here on KSVY and at StompersBaseball.com.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Vlad Gomez leads things off here in the top of the 6th inning as he takes a fastball inside from VJ Patel, and the count is 1-0. Gomez is 0 for 2 tonight against Patel, and that's the story for many of the Admirals as that's hammered to center field. Hartley going back. He'll trot underneath it and make the catch. One away, and here's Zach Files.
Zach Files.
Zach Files, who comes out and leaves to the X-Files theme song. And sometimes it makes me wonder if he knows what it is, because I didn't know until it was explained to me. Here's the first pitch to him. He swings over the top of a good split finger, and it's 0-1. I say, why do we play that for Files? It's the X-Files theme song. Oh, okay, it makes sense. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Patel. It's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on Zach Files, who's 0 for 2. The only Admirals who aren't 0 for Chevy Clark and Nick Krause. He 1-1 pitch hit in the air, left center field. Brock Hartley on the run, still going. It is gone. Zach Files goes the other way. His second home run of the year, and he breaks the streak of 11 in a row retired by Vijay Patel. So you reward him with the X-Files music too. I still don't think he knows.
Nick Aiken Sr.
Second home run of the year for Zach Files. His 5th RBI, and it's 5-2. Patel had retired 11 in a row up until that home run. Here's the first pitch to Nick Akins, popped up behind the mound. Barrios makes the catch, 2 away. How do you respond to the home run? You get it on the hands of the big slugger Nick Akins and get him to pop up first pitch. So here's Chevy Clark. He has one of the 3 hits against Patel tonight. A double back in the second to lead off that inning. Nobody on, 2 out, 1 run in for Vallejo. The first pitch from Patel stays upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes.
Go, BJ! Go, buddy!
Here's the 1-0 pitch from Patel. Cut fastball popped up. Foul territory. Quitzer, right side. It is a foul ball as it lands in foul territory. Warming up in the Stomper bullpen, newcomer Willie Ellington. So more on Ellington if we get there in this ball game, or when we get there, I should say. He looks like he'll be the first man in out of the bullpen for Pace tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Clark, and a fastball across the letters for strike 2. Clark doesn't like the call. Thought it was high. Both sides have been a little frustrated with the strike zone tonight. Not very fond of some calls by Rosario behind the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Clark stays alive and fouls off the split finger. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5-2, Stompers lead it. And now all of a sudden the 3-run lead doesn't feel so safe, and the 4-run lead really didn't, but with Patel cruising, retiring 11 in a row, a little more comfortable as Chevy Clark waves at the breaking ball in the dirt. He's down on strikes. 8th strikeout of the ball game for Patel through 6 innings. Vallejo gets a run on the Zach Files home run the other way. His second of the year. It's 5-2. We go to the last of the 6th. Top of the lineup coming up for the Stompers when we come back.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
everybody for joining in.
Nick Gatta will lead it off in the bottom of the 6th for the Stompers.
Now batting.
He's come to the plate 3 times tonight. He's walked 3 times tonight. Scored twice. The Stompers 5-2 lead. The first pitch from Cage Cascone. He pours in strike 1. Stompers who lead the league in on-base percentage, and at the helm is this man. Here's the 0-1. Way outside with the changeup. As we check on the score in San Rafael, it's still 1-0 Silverados. That game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Napa, who hasn't won in a week, trying to break that in San Rafael tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Outside to Gatta, 2 balls and a strike. Cascone, a 1-2-3 5th. Only needed 8 pitches. Finds himself behind 2-1 to Gatta. Right-hander out of the stretch, the 2-1 pitch. Off the outside, 3 balls and a strike. Does Gatta have his 4th walk of the night in as many plate appearances? Here's the 3-1 from Cascone. Down in the dirt, and he does. Wow. Leadoff walk for Nick Gatta. Gatta has reached in all 10 games this year. Here's Barrios, whose home run now is the difference. The 3-run shot back in the 4th. To right center field. First pitch from Cascone, a slider he cannot hold up. Strike 1 on Pedro Barrios. Gatta at first, nobody out. 5-2 Stompers lead bottom of the 6th. Gatta with a short lead at first, the 0-1. Barrios takes a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick Gatta this year, 3 stolen bases. Stompers already with a stolen base tonight, make that 2. Here's the 1-1. Slider right back up the middle, almost took the cap off of Cage Cascone. Into center field for a base hit, and Barrios has a 3-hit night.
Left fielder Rob DeAngelis.
Here's Rob DeAngelis. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and an RBI tonight. And now Nick Krause wants to go out and talk to his reliever Cascone, and Joe Torre will come in to join the conversation as well. Right-hander loosening in the Vallejo bullpen. And a right-hander loosening in the Stomper bullpen. So now P.J. Phillips will make the slow walk to the mound. And will he make the change? He hasn't made the point yet. On the crown of the dirt. Is he going to take the ball from Cascone? Yes, he will. This pitching change is brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. New pitcher, a right-hander for Vallejo. First and second, nobody out. Rob DeAngelis due up when we come back.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Welcome back, everybody. We're still in the bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher for Vallejo is going to be the tall right-hander, Harold Miles. So Cage Cascone goes 1 inning, allows 1 hit. So far, no runs, but the 2 base runners belong to Cascone. Walk and a strikeout for Miles. This will be the 2nd game in which he's appeared. Small sample size. Only a third of an inning this year. And 3 walks. And watching him warm up, took about 7 warm-up pitches and threw 2 strikes. So, 3 walks in a third of an inning. And now he'll face the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, 5 hitters, DeAngelis, Hubbard, Quitzer with first and second and nobody out. DeAngelis steps out. Now Reed digs back in the left side. Got at second, Barrios at first. The first pitch from new pitcher Harold Miles is off the inside part of the plate for ball 1. Rob DeAngelis 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, an RBI, and a stolen base. Miles set at the chest. The 1-0 pitch. Roped right into the glove of Wark at first base. He steps on the bag and a double play. DeAngelis hit it hard, and nothing you can do if you're Barrios over at first base. Already with the lead off the bag and then the shuffle step. Right into the glove of Wark. He trots over and steps on first base easily. So here's Dondre Hubbard with a runner at second base. And 2 out now. Hubbard 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. A 4-hit night last night. Here's the first pitch. On the outside corner with a fastball for strike 1. Got at second. Barrios erased on the double play. The 0-1 pitch to Hubbard. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vallejo came in leading the league in hits, walks, earned runs, and runs allowed, ERA. So far tonight, 9 hits allowed in 5 2/3. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hubbard takes outside and low for ball 2. Harold Miles, the new pitcher, trying to get out of the 6th without allowing a run and get Cascone off the hook. It's all right-hander set. He looks to second. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Hubbard chases the breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom 6. Here's the pitch from Miles. In the dirt, skips away from Krause. Up to third base goes Nick Gatta. That'll be a wild pitch. So now, Gatta just 90 feet away. 3-2 the count on Hubbard. Chris Quitzer's on deck. Quitzer's the guy that you want at the plate tonight. Hubbard trying to get us there here in the 6th. Harold Miles out of the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Line to center field. Through for a base hit. Wasn't hit all that hard off the bat of Dondre Hubbard. Files had a shot at it. The soft liner up the middle. Reached out, could not get it. It's an RBI single for Hubbard. Stompers lead at 6-2. 16th RBI of the year for Dondre Hubbard. Here's Chris Quitzer, 2 for 2. Pair of singles and a sacrifice fly, and now time is called. Hubbard tying his shoe over at first. Quitzer, the left-hander, feeling good in the box tonight. Hubbard leads from first. Miles home with the first pitch that misses high.
Hey, Garth, this is your guy.
1 ball and no strikes on Chris Quitzer.
Yeah, you need a trim too.
Climbs back in the left side. Hubbard with a decent lead over at first. Dondre Hubbard without stolen base this year. The 1-0 pitch. There he goes. Quitzer takes a breaking ball in the dirt. The throw down to second, not in time. It gets past Aaron Brill into center field. So Hubbard will move up to third. That'll go down as a stolen base and an E2. That is confirmed. The stolen base for Hubbard, and he moves up to third on the error by the catcher, Nick Krause, on the throw.
Johnny Red Meat. Okay, do it.
Quitzer took the pitch. It was a breaking ball, and we looked inside, and the second base bag has come ajar. So now Pat Barnett will jog out with the little scoop tool. Dig out the dirt that's in that little hole that holds the base in the ground. So the 1-0 pitch to Quitzer was taken, and it looked inside and low on a slider. And second base is fixed. So we'll wait for the signal from Andrew Rosario behind the plate, hopefully giving us the count. It is 1-1 on Quitzer, so the pitch was called a strike. Hubbard over at third is the 1-1 pitch. Quitzer loses the bat, goes straight back. We saw a bat go flying last night into the stands, and thankfully nobody was hurt. Quitzer loses the bat, and he won't ask for more pine tar. Miles Williams asking him if he needs it, and Quitzer, I don't think he heard him. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Quitzer with Hubbard at third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Quitzer retired. That ends the 6th. The Stompers score once on the Hubbard RBI single back up the middle. It's the Stompers 6, the Admirals 2. We're through 6 full. Pugh, Wark, Brill due up for Vallejo when we return right here on KSVY and on mixlr.com/Sonoma Stompers.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 7th inning here in Sonoma. New pitcher is going to be Willie Ethington. Vijay Patel goes 6 innings, allows 2 runs on only 3 hits. walks 1 and strikes out 8 in just a spectacular performance from Vijay Patel tonight. He threw 89 pitches in those 6 innings. So here's Willie Ethington, just activated today. So the newcomer, first year in his new first day in his new uniform, that is. And he's on the hill in relief, and he delivers in tight to Tillman Pugh. 1 ball and no strikes. Pugh, Wark, Brill here in the 7th for Vallejo. The right-hander works out of the windup. His 1-0 pitch misses outside. Ethington, 6'3", 190-pounder from Mesa, Arizona. Played in the Pecos League in 2018 previously. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is up and in. 3 balls and no strikes on Tillman Pugh. Ethington, drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the 17th round in 2012 out of Mountain View High School. Here's his 3-0 pitch. Down at the knees for strike 1. Spent 2012 through 2014 in the Red Sox system in rookie ball in low A before playing in the Pecos League from 2016 to 2018. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's in tight. Pugh has to turn out of the way as he takes a walk. Just the second time that Vallejo has walked tonight. So here's Jacob Wark. Ethington in 2018. He didn't pitch with the Tucson Saguaros. He hit 364. Last time he pitched was 2017, but he is 7-6 in his career. Here's his first pitch to Wark. That's a 2-seamer that misses upstairs. Maybe a little amped up in his first appearance here with the Stompers. Right-hander out of the stretch on 1-0. It's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. .346 ERA lifetime for Ethington, and a good strikeout to walk ratio, 60 strikeouts to 24 walks coming in. So he walked Pugh to open the inning. Here's his 2-0 to Wark. That's high and tight, 3 balls and no strikes. Wark digs in with Pugh at first, nobody out. Quitzer holds him on. Ethington on 3-0 to Jacob Wark. It's at the knees for strike 1. Trying to stay in the strike zone here. Can't afford back-to-back walks in just a 4-run lead. 6-2, Stompers lead top of the 7th. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 4. Likely see pitching coach Mike Nunez out of the dugout. Here he comes. So we'd like to remind you that tomorrow night is the final game of the homestand here at Arnold Field. 6:05 first pitch, the Salina Stockade back here tomorrow night. Final night of our Little League night is the major division of the Sonoma Little League will be here. It's also JDRF night. JDRF, a nonprofit organization raising funds for type 1 diabetes. So come out and support the JDRF Foundation tomorrow night, 6:05 against the Salina Stockade. Stompers then have an off day on Saturday before we go to Vallejo on Sunday, 1:05 first pitch at Wilson Park against these Vallejo Admirals. That's Father's Day, so come out, watch the Stompers on the road. Pugh at second, Wark at first, and Tillman Pugh wants time. Did he just get stung by a bee? Tillman Pugh was walking back to the second base bag and shook the right hand violently. And did he get stung? PJ Phillips is out. What is on the right hand of Tillman Pugh? We're looking at it on our monitor if you're watching at home, and we can't see anything on his hand. Now the trainer's going to come out. We thought last night was bizarre. I have no idea. Pugh was just walking back to the second base bag and then started shaking the right hand violently as if he were bit by something. Now I'm in the squat position by the second base bag. And no idea what happened to Tillman. First and second, nobody out. Aaron Brill will be the hitter once Pugh is finished being looked at. Looks like he's okay. I wonder if we can get a word on what the heck just happened. Interesting. First and second, nobody out for Aaron Brill. Back-to-back walks for Willie Ethington. Open the top of the 7th inning. So Brill's 0 for 1. He's also walked tonight. Ethington. Trying to find the strike zone. Right-hander Marshall Schill loosening in the Stomper bullpen. Vallejo has a right-hander up as well. Here's the first pitch to Brill. That's at the knees for strike one. Good fastball. Ethington is ahead. 0-1 on Brill. First and second. Ethington's lucky finding the strike zone. He may get a ground ball. Barfield in front of the bag at third. The 0-1 pitch to Brill. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Ethington. It's 0-2. Interesting not to see Aaron Brill squaring around. Nick Krause on deck. He's driven in one of the 2 Admiral runs tonight. Marshall Schill, the sidearm right-hander, loosening in the pen. No wind to speak of tonight. Very calm out there. Ethington way ahead, 0-2. He looks to second. Here's the pitch to Brill. On the ground, right side, got a Fields. He will flip to second. Barrios does what he can to keep the foot on the bag. His throw back to first is not in time. Brill reaches on the fielder's choice. And a nice play by Barrios at shortstop just to keep the foot on the bag at second. The flip from Gata, it was a long flip, and he didn't have enough time to pivot and sidearm it to second, so he did the backhand shovel pass from about 25 feet away, which that can go haywire if you're not careful. One of the tougher flips as a second baseman, the backhanded shovel from 20 feet. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Nick Krause. Here's the first pitch. Fastball. Misses. A good spot for Ethington. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander set. Here's the 1-0 to Krause. High 2-0.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Their double play depth up the middle with Barfield behind the bag at third. Quitzer holds on. Brill over at first. Brill may go. Here's the 2-0. Missed for ball 3, and Bronson Butcher, who doesn't really show the displeasure very often. If you asked Bronson where that missed, he'd tell you, I don't know. Right over the inside half of the plate, belt high. Now the count's 3-0. Here's the pitch. Called a strike on the corner. Makeup call? Possibly. 3-1 the count. Pugh at third, Brill at first. Waiting for Brill to take off here this at bat to try and stay out of the double play. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's fouled off, and the count is full. Joe Torre on deck for Vallejo. 3-2 the count on Nick Krause. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single tonight. Field in the shadows now, all dark. Lights are on. Sun still out. Here's a payoff pitch to Kraus. Cold strike 3 on the outside corner. Kraus tossed the bat, headed down to first, but rung up by Rosario. First strikeout for Ethington, and a big one, 2 away. Really, nobody's been happy with the strike zone on either side tonight. As long as everything stays civil, we're okay up here. We have a net protecting us. We're good. Here's the first pitch to Torrey. In for strike 1. Should be a little more cautious. Make sure we get a strike call. Just anticipating a strike call. Ethington set. The 0-1 pitch. He did go around, says Rosario. And as we watch the chatter back and forth between Torrey and Rosario, initially it sounded like it may have gotten a part of the jersey, but it didn't get anything. Rosario pointing at Torrey, so it sounded like it hit twice, but Rosario just saying you did go around. So here's the 0-2 pitch. Runners at the corners, on the ground, left side, foul. So Kraus, who had some words with Andrew Rosario, but Kraus has to be careful. He's the catcher. And a lot of the times you will see the catchers hold back their words with the umpire just because they want to get strike calls for their pitchers when they're back behind the plate. But Joe Torrey, no problem. And if he's retired here, we'll have to watch and see what happens. The 0-2 pitch to Torrey. On the ground, left side, Barfield gloves it. He goes the short way to second. That ends the inning. Vallejo can't score. They strand runners at the corners. So we go to the home half of the 7th inning. Stretch time, Williams, Hartley, Barfield when we come back.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Miles Williams leads things off for the Stompers here in the bottom of the 7th inning against right-hander Harold Miles. 1 inning for Miles. He's allowed 1 hit. He has a strikeout. His first pitch to Miles Williams inside. So the matchup of the Miles, Harold Miles and Miles Williams, and now Nick Kraus is going to go out and talk to his right-hander Harold Miles. A right-hander up for Vallejo. Marshall Schill was up for the Stompers. He's not standing in the bullpen at the moment. But we expect that Schill is hot and ready to go for the 8th. 1 ball and no strikes on Miles Williams, who's 1 for 2 tonight. He's also walked. Andrew Rosario gets a couple of brand new baseballs. Now Williams digs back in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Miles takes above the letters. 2 balls and no strikes on the Stompers right fielder. Home run and 5 RBIs this year for Miles Williams. Opening up the bottom of the 7th inning, here's the 2-0 pitch. He takes in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 the count. Let's see if Williams is taking here. Here's the pitch from Harold Miles. He takes. It's right across the outside corner for strike 1. Miles looking for something to drive here on 3 and 1. The pitch hits it foul down the third baseline, and the count is full. Brock Hartley on deck. And a 6-2 game in the 7th. Stompers on top. Here's the payoff pitch. Fooled him on a curveball. Williams sitting on a fastball. Recognized the bender out of the hand, pulled the trigger, caught a piece, but it was right into the glove of Nick Krause. One away, here's Brock Hartley. Hartley 0 for 3 tonight. As he stands in to face Harold Miles out of the windup. First pitch is a curveball taken for strike 1. So far in 10 games this year, it seems like Brock Hartley either has at least 2 hits or none. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Takes in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hartley's either uber productive or fighting to get his first hit of the game late in his late at-bats. The 1-1. He takes a fastball high. 2 balls and a strike. Hartley digs back in. 2 and 1 the count. Here's the pitch from Harold Miles. He hits it on the ground, left side behind the bag, Torrey Fields. And foul, says Rosario. It was right behind the third base bag and in fair territory. It bounced right behind the bag. Two to 1. San Rafael leads Napa Silverados in the top of the 6th inning over at Albert Park in San Rafael. Napa led that game 1-0 for a while. So San Rafael with 2 unanswered so far to go ahead. And Napa is trying to get something going. I mean, they started 2-0. We're on top of the world, the only team to start 2-0 in the league. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hartley. Breaking ball misses low, and the count is full. Jacob Barfield on deck. Napa, a week's worth of losses in a row. That's just heartbreaking. Miles out of the windup, the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Hartley down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. 3 strikeouts in a row for Miles going back to last inning. Nobody on, 2 away. Jacob Barfield will be the hitter. Barfield 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored tonight. He stands in against tall right-hander Harold Miles, who's faced 5 batters allowed to hit and struck out 3. Here's his first pitch. Barfield takes a fastball for strike 1 on the inner half. Barfield didn't think so. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Harold Miles. Barfield hits it in the air, straightaway right. Clark coming on. He has room. He'll make the catch in a 1-2-3. 7th inning for Harold Miles. So we go to the 8th. Stompers lead by 4. It's 6-2. Top of the lineup due up for Vallejo when we return.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Vlad, the dancing machine, Gomez.
Vlad Gomez is having some fun here in the top of the eighth. He'll lead things off and showing off that he can not only hit, but if you ever need somebody to go dancing with on an off day, call Vlad Gomez. Here's the first pitch to him from Willie Ethington. That's on the outside corner for strike one. Nothing in one, the count on Gomez. He's 0 for 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Ethington. That's popped up right side. Butcher over toward the screen, and it is out of play for strike two. Gomez will be able to feel good about himself knowing that he is the best dancer for Vallejo in the leadoff spot tonight. So even if he goes over. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Willie Ethington. Hit in the air down the left field line, hooking toward the corner. It is foul. Count still 0-2. Check on the game down in San Rafael. That game is now tied at 2 in the top of the sixth. Though Napa, man, those guys are fighting so hard for their first win since the second game of the year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's fouled off. Still 0-2 on Vlad Gomez. Ethington still way ahead. Out of the windup, he kicks and deals on 0-2. Popped up, left side, foul territory. Barfield over towards the side wall, and it's out of play. Willie Ethington, the 25-year-old, drafted out of high school. Spent 3 seasons in the Pecos League, now here with the Stompers on 0-2. But Gomez fouled the fastball straight back, but if he didn't foul it off, I think I can say for certain that it would have hit him square in the chest. Two-seam fastball ran way inside, and Gomez at the last second realized, I better make contact with this. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled him off again. 7 pitches, 6 foul balls from Gomez. Still 0-2. Willie Ethington to spike something here, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him with a curveball. He threw it in the dirt. Gomez went after it. Second strikeout for Ethington, one away in the 8th. So here's Zach Files, who I think has taken a liking to the theme song. He went deep his last time up.
Zach Files.
Files 1 for 3 with that solo home run. Just one of the 2 Admiral runs tonight. Here's the first pitch from Ethington. On the ground, softly up the first baseline and foul. Files with 2 home runs on the season. Left-handed hitting shortstop. The 0-1 pitch from the right-hander, Ethington. Skips in, fastball. Still 1-1. That home run for Files came off of starter VJ Patel. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High and away, 2 balls and a strike. Napa has taken a 3-2 lead over San Rafael now in the top of the 6th inning. Napa fighting and clawing to get ahead any way they can. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Files. Curveball flared out of play in the air off to the left.
Who dumped a whole truckload of fizzies into the swim meet?
2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Files. Nobody on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th. Stompers lead at 6-2. Somebody's winning streak will come to an end tonight. Here's the 2-2 to Files. Rolls it foul off the facing of the Stomper dugout. Stompers have won 3 straight. Vallejo, winners of 2 in a row. They had an off day yesterday before traveling to Arnold Field tonight. Ethington on 2-2 to Zach Files. Curveball popped up shallow. Left toward the line comes DeAngelis, and he makes the catch, sliding into foul territory. Tough play for DeAngelis. A long run from left. Made the sliding catch right on the line for out number 2. Here's Nick Akins.
Nick Akins, Sr.
0 for 3 tonight. Couple of strikeouts. Ethington out of the windup, his first pitch. Swung on and missed, elevated the fastball for strike 1.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
0-1 the count on Akins. Just 1 hit against the Stompers this year, a 2-run home run. See, hit by a pitch, and
What's your prediction?
well, 2 out, hit batsman. Akins goes to first. Here's Chevy Clark.
Right fielder Chevy Clark.
And say, how did Akins get out of the way? He didn't, is the answer. Still 6-2 in the 8th. Stompers leading. Chevy Clark's the hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Right-handed hitting right fielder with Akins at first. Not a threat to steal. First pitch from Ethington. Fastball lettered high for strike 1. Clark thought it was high. Not happy as he raised the left hand up toward the chest as if to say, high. And Rosario calls it strike 1. Ethington now out of the stretch with Akins at first. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit foul on the third baseline, and Ethington way ahead, 0-2.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Now, fulfill your destiny.
0-2 the count on Chevy Clark. Runner at first. 2 out after the hit by pitch. Here's the 0-2 to Clark. Line to left field, that's a base hit. Smoked off the bat of Chevy Clark. Two out, single, first and second for Vallejo. And in steps Tillman Pugh.
Center fielder Tillman Pugh.
So now Willie Ethington in his second inning, trying to escape without allowing a run. Schill up in the bullpen. Aikens at second, Clark at first, Pugh at the dish. Ethington set at the chest. His first pitch to Tillman Pugh. High and tight up near the chin. One ball and no strikes on Pugh. Ethington looks in, now set, the 1-0. Down below the belt. 2 balls and no strikes. (6-2) Stomper lead in the 8th. Back here tomorrow night against the Salina Stockade to round out the 4-game homestand this week. Still no win. Now Ethington steps off the back and readjusts the dirt in front of the rubber. Schill throwing in the bullpen from the mound, and Jacob Cox lightly tossing. The 2-0 pitch to Tillman Pugh on the outside corner for strike 1. Two balls and a strike on Pugh. He's hit 2 home runs. All of his RBIs on those 2 home runs. Both of them solo shots. Here's the 2-1. Curveball hit in the air. Shallow right center. On comes Hartley coming in hard. He will make the catch, and that ends the inning. Vallejo gets 2 base runners and a hit. They cannot score. We go to the last of the 8th. 9-1-2 hitters coming up for the Stompers when we come back.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Bronson Butcher will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. New right-hander in for Vallejo, Daryl Checo. That's a name. Checo. This will be his first appearance of the year. Just added to the active roster today. The first pitch to Bronson Butcher is hit down the right field line, foul for strike 1. Butcher, the right-handed hitting catcher, against the right-handed Daryl Checo. Butcher's 0 for 3. The 0-1 pitch is outside. One ball and one strike on Butcher. Stompers lead 6-2, bottom of the 8th. The pitch, breaking ball, late strike call. Count is 1-2. One ball, two strikes on Butcher with leadoff man Nick Gatta on deck. Checo set out of the stretch, the 1-2. On the ground, right back to Checo. He gloves it on one hop. He'll run over to first. Underhand flip to Wark, one away. Jacob Cox, the only man up in the Stomper bullpen. It'll be Nick Gatta with nobody on and one out. Gatta, 4 walks tonight. That's all. And he scored 3 of those times. Here's the first pitch to him from Daryl Checo. Inside for ball 1. Somehow that doesn't surprise me. Gatta, who leads the league in walks with 15. That's as many hits as Dondre Hubbard has. Lined into left field. That's sinking, and it is caught by Akins. Who told him to swing the bat? He could have just walked a 5th time. He is the league leader in batting average, too. So you don't blame him. He doesn't want to walk all night. He wants to hit. Here's Barrios, and with the sun setting, the few clouds that are in the sky above the hills in left and down the line in right are bright pink. They look like cotton candy. There's pink cotton balls in the sky against the bright blue backdrop. Not completely dark yet here tonight. There's the first pitch to Barrios. Slider starts him out for strike 1. 1 in the second, 1 in the 6th for Vallejo. 2 in the first, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th for the Stompers, who lead it 6-2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Barrios chases a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 0-2. Cox being ready for the 9th. He's the only man up in the bullpen for the Stompers. 0-2 the count on Pedro Barrios. Nobody on, 2 away. Here's the pitch from Checo. That's outside. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Barrios, who has a home run tonight. With a 1-2 pitch. On the ground, right side, Brilled moving to his left, in the hole, down to one knee, picks it up, fires the first. In time. 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th for Daryl Checo. So we go to the 9th. Enter Jacob Cox in a 6-2 Stomper lead.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
First baseman
Jacob Cox in to pitch the top of the ninth. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Vallejo lineup. Stompers lead at 6-2. So Jacob Cox is 6'5", 225-pound right-hander out of Fresno, California. His first pitch to Jacob Wark is at the knees for strike one. Cox on the year. This will be his 6th appearance. He has a 1.50 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 1 run on 8 hits as the slider swung on and missed for strike 2. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks for the big man, and 2 saves right now. He's ahead 0-2 on Jacob Wark, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Cox taking his time. Now out of the windup, he kicks the 0-2 pitch. Off the outside corner for ball 1. Not a safe situation, but Cox trying to slam the door in the 9th. Wark climbs back in left side against Cox, the right-hander. Here's his 1-2 delivery. Fouled away.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Silverado's back on top of the Pacifics, 5-3 in San Rafael. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning now. One and two, the count on Wark. Aaron Brill's on deck. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed, strike 3. Wark down on strikes, 1 away in the 9th.
second baseman Aaron Brill.
Here's Aaron Brill. 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and walked. For Cox, the tall right-hander, you see a fastball, cutter, slider. Here's his first pitch. That's chopped on the ground softly left side. Barrios charges. Barfield fields it, throwing the run on the money, 2 away. What a play by Barfield over at third.
Catcher
2 gone. Here's Nick Krause. Strikeout opened the inning. Brill bounces to third. And Cox trying for a 1-2-3 9th. So far, Stomper pitching today. 4 1-2-3 innings. Here's the first pitch. Krause can't check his swing on the slider. He goes around for strike 1. Patel had 4 1-2-3 innings. Here's the 0-1. That's on the ground to short. Barrios will field his throw to first. Quitzer cannot glove it. That's an error on Barrios at shortstop. The low throw. And Cox does not have a 1-2-3 9th. So here's Joe Torre. Torre, who is 0 for 3.
third baseman Joe Torre.
Torre bounced into a fielder's choice his last time up. Runner at first, 2 gone. Here's the first pitch to Torre from Cox. A fastball above the letters for ball 1. First guy Cox hasn't delivered a first pitch strike to tonight. Cox, who set the saves record last year with 26. Out of the stretch now. Here's his 1-0. On the outside corner with a cut fastball, evening the count at 1-1. Torre, who came in just 1 for 10, now 1 for 13 on the year at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Backhanded by Butcher. 2 balls and a strike. Quitzer plays behind Krause over at first base. 2 balls and a strike on Joe Torre with the leadoff man, Vlad Gomez on deck. Kraus with a huge lead. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw down to second. Nobody there. Kraus will head to third. Kraus goes to third on the error by Bronson Butcher. It's not a stolen base for Nick Kraus. Admirals down 6-2 here in the 9th with 2 out. 2-2 the count on Joe Torre. Cox shakes Butcher once, now twice, 3 times. And Torre calls time. Cox trying not to make this a save situation and leave Kraus over at third. 6-2, top of the 9th. Torre climbs back in the right side. Cox ready on 2-2. The tall right-hander downhill. That's swung on and missed. Ball game. Cox with a pair of strikeouts here in the 9th. Slams the door. And the Stompers are 7-3 on the year.
Admirals 2. Ladies and gentlemen,
Final totals for tonight's ball game. For the Stompers, 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. They leave 7 men on base. And for Vallejo, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. They leave 7. The win goes to VJ Patel. That's his first of the year. He's 1-0.
you can hear me, kids.
Carl Bryce gets the loss. That's his first. He's 2-1. No save. Jacob Cox slams the door in the 9th. The Stompers improved to 7-3 on the year. And at the moment, tied for first place with San Rafael, who trails the Napa Silverados 5-3. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. So, if Napa can hold on, the Stompers will hop over the San Rafael Pacifics for first place. Vallejo with the loss falls to 6-5 on the year. Patel, a gem tonight, 6 innings, 2 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 8. And the Stompers have won 4 straight. We're back here tomorrow night, 6:05, first pitch. Once again on KSVY here in Sonoma and on StompersBaseball.com at mixlr.com/Sonoma Stompers. Final score of tonight's ball game, 6-2. And the final time of tonight's ball game, 2 hours and 40 minutes as we breeze through another win. For everybody here with the Sonoma Stompers, my name is Forrest Hunt saying so long, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:05, first pitch against the Salina Stockade. Have a very pleasant, good rest of your night.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.